You aren't seeing this by accident. This is a divine appointment. If you've been feeling like something's different in the air around your life lately, I want you to lean in. Not panic, not overthink. Just lean in for a minute. Because if this really is your word, you'll feel it settle in your chest. Stay with me all the way to the end of part 1, because there are specific keys God asked me to hand you inside this video. In the Batcat series, Season 1, we walked you through pressure. You learned how to stay when everything in you wanted to run. You found out you're not behind. You're being built. Now heaven is shifting you into something different. Not a perfect life, not some fantasy highlight reel, but a clearer walk with God. In Season 2, God starts putting a highlighter over certain parts of your life. Certain relationships, certain habits, certain places you go, even certain thoughts that keep circling back. Not to scare you, not to confuse you, but to answer a question your heart has been whispering for a long time. God, where are you in all of this? Some of you have already felt the transition and didn't have language for it. You keep hearing the same verse, the same phrase, the same idea in different places. A random conversation, a video you just happen to scroll past, a line from a song, or perhaps something a stranger says that hits way too close. You tell yourself, that's weird, and then you shrug it off, until it shows up again the next day. You try to go back to the old patterns, the way you used to distract yourself, the way you used to pretend things were fine, the way you used to say, it's not that deep. But it doesn't work the same anymore. What used to numb you now feels empty. What used to be no big deal suddenly makes your peace drop through the floor. You can feel in your body when something is off, even if you can't explain why. Here's what I want you to consider. What if the reason you can't tune it out like you used to is because heaven has decided you are not going to sleepwalk through your life anymore? There is a difference between anxiety and warning, overthinking and discernment, coincidence and God's handwriting. Awakening is when God starts teaching you the difference. Sometimes it looks like a restlessness you can't shake. Sometimes it's a quiet check in your spirit that says, don't go there, or don't text them back, or pay attention to this conversation. Sometimes it's simply that your usual excuses don't fit right anymore. That's not you losing it. That's God gently putting a highlighter over what matters and what doesn't. A lot of people try to explain this away. Life is just random. It's just energy. It's just a weird coincidence. But deep down, you know better. You can feel that there's a someone behind it, a real God who really loves you, using repetition, peace, discomfort, and patterns to guard what he's building in you. You didn't ask to feel everything this strongly. You didn't ask to be this sensitive to shifts in the room. You didn't ask for your old coping mechanisms to suddenly stop working. Yet here you are, more aware, more easily bothered by what used to be normal, more drawn to things that carry peace, even when you don't have words for it yet. That's not you going backwards. That's you waking up. So in this first part, I just want you to hear this clearly. You are not broken because you notice more now. You are not too much because you feel things deeply. You are not imagining every little shift. You are in the early stretch of awakening, where God starts turning the lights on in rooms you used to walk through in the dark. And once you've seen something in the light, you can't unsee it. If this is resonating with you already, if you're listening and thinking, this is exactly what's been happening to me, I want you to mark this moment for yourself. Drop a simple comment. I'm waking up. Not for the algorithm, but for you. That's you agreeing with what God's already doing inside you, instead of brushing it off and pretending it didn't happen. When you're ready, meet me in part 2. We're going to get very practical about how God highlights the people you're around, the cycles that keep repeating, and the little signs you've been ignoring, and why he's been so persistent about them. Because you're not losing your mind. You're stepping into a clearer walk with him. Welcome to Season 2.